All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Daytona International. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Well, the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series in action at Daytona for a 70-lap race. The front row already determined. It's race number 7 of the season, and the duels set the front row last week. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at Daytona, a very famed oval, and it is a big weekend for stock cars. Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Buschwackers Series action for you tonight. This is race number 7 of the season. It's Daytona International. It's live right here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. All right. All right. Let's go. We wanted to go through the whole deal again, didn't we? No, we didn't want to do that. I got to fire my DJ. All right, hey, thanks so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. And we got a good one here for you tonight. Here at Daytona International. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster and commentator here at TurnLeftTV in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series in action to kick off a great racing weekend here at High Octane Racing League. And we've already set the front row here tonight. Last week in the duels, first of the two, We had Craig Marizon win race number 1. Claudio Bardelli Jr. won a barn burner of a race number 2. So those guys will start P1, P2 tonight here at Daytona. The rest of the field will qualify for the remaining spots. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. WordPress hosting, some online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, they can provide you with a server in your local area to give you the best pings for your race league. Who provides our service here, HighOctaneRacing.net. Go over there and join us. You get a quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our business. Also, you get updates of point standings, what series we have running, quick link to TurnLeftTV, and a great website there. So come on in and join us. Of course, the schedules, who's racing what and when and where. A little bit later this weekend, we'll be on Saturday. We'll be at Daytona International for a 70-lap race number 7 of the season in the Cup Series at Daytona. Busy Daytona weekend here this weekend. And it starts off tonight with the Buschwackers Series, but the Cup boys will be back in action tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Daytona. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate everybody being here and visiting TurnLeftTV and subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate all those folks who have done so. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, man. Get the algorithm talking, and more people seeing the videos here at TurnLeftTV. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. And don't forget to smash that bell, baby. You'll get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks to all the folks who have come out and subscribed. I really appreciate it. Love doing these races. Look forward to it every week. I can't wait for work to be over and the week to be over so I can get out here and broadcast the race for you guys. And I love doing this, man. A lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And appreciate you coming in and subscribing to the channel. Watching races here at TurnLeftTV and keeping the chat lively as well. Got Javaldo already in here chatting it up with us. As always. Hammer time in here as well. Good luck to all the races tonight. See Dana Grover here. He's usually cheering Dana Grover on, so hopefully everything okay up that way. Let's take a look at the track here at Daytona. I mean, do we really need to look at the track here at Daytona? Everybody who knows anything about racing and people who don't even know anything about racing probably know about Daytona. 2.5 mile D-shaped oval. And, banking in the turns at 31 degrees. A lot of room to race here, but man, things can get out of hand in a hurry. And don't forget, banking in that tri-oval, 18 degrees. I think most of the stuff that's happening right now, if there are any problems, are happening through the turns. Guys trying to fill spots that they shouldn't be filling. And guys not leaving enough room between the cars, between them and the cars in front of them. So, Daytona, an easy track, really, man, but you got to be patient here. It lends itself to guys wanting to be really super aggressive, and that can spell disaster here at this place. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks back in action for race number 1 of a brand new season. They'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race to kick off a new 10-race season. You can take a look at that schedule, too. It's coming up on Tuesday, by the way, a 100-lap race in Atlanta. You see Las Vegas, Phoenix, Bristol, Milwaukee Mile. How about that? Finishing out the first half of that season, we got Richmond, Martinsville, Texas, Talladega, and the tricky Triangle at Pocono. So very interesting schedule there in the Tough Trucks. And that starts on Tuesday, February the 20th. Getting ready to go to the qualification session here really shortly. It's getting started. Don't forget to click on the link down in the description of this race and follow that over to the Sim Lab website. If you are interested in purchasing some sim racing equipment, maybe even a sim rig like I have. I have a GT1 Evo sim rig. Love that thing, man. It has changed the game for me. No more racing on the desk and rolly chair, none of that stuff. I've got the sim rig, and it came from Sim Lab. Those guys build great rigs, man. They send it to you in the metal extrusion in pieces. You got all the bolts, everything, and it really does not take much at all to get that thing put together. It really is super, super easy. And I've been able to buy some custom pieces and attach to it with no problem for extra attachments and so forth. So that is the Sim Lab sim rig. These guys getting ready to go to the qualification session. I wanted to show you the point standings. Coming into tonight's race, Franco Alvarez with a wee little lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. I don't see Alvarez here tonight, so he might be giving up the points lead. Bardelli Jr. second, Marizon third, Grover fourth, John Stanley sits fifth in points. See Dennis Hughes, Sean Jacobs, Gordon Carter, Ricky Novar, and Gilmar Pachotto rounding out the top 10. Page number 2. Page number 3 there, as we've had 43 drivers here participate. We're now in the qualification session. Taking a look at Alexei Salviev and his new pace scheme, where he can put this Toyota. Again, these guys are essentially trying to qualify for P3 on map, as P1 and 2 already in the books. As with the wins last week. Salvia with a 49.697. First one to get a time in the books. Look at that Palumbo. Let's see where he's going to land here in this 54 car. Belly yellow spot for Chevy. And let's all say a little bit of prayer for Gilmar Pachotto, Givaldo Spindola, for holding on to that connection tonight. Hopefully they get a good solid. How about Dennis Hughes at 49.206? Back to those guys. Let's hopefully they hang on to a connection here tonight. They've been having some connection issues, so we're definitely thinking about Givaldo and Gilmar keeping a solid connection tonight. Salviev with that 48.893. Marizon. Now Marizon doesn't even have to qualify. I don't even know why that boy's out there. Same thing for Bardelli. Bardelli, he doesn't need to be out there either. He's already in the books for a P2 position. Ed Palumbo right now 11th on the grid with his qual lap. Where he lands here. Now Sean Jacobs, 48.830. Sean Tona at the top of the grid. Carter showing second. Salviev now back to third. And Ed Palumbo with a 48.858 shown P3. Tony Furtado in the 6th position here in that 9th car. Looks like he is backed off, so he is done with his qual laps. Steve Pearson, the 51 car. Let's see where he lands in that Captain Morgan sponsored Chevy Camaro. 49.167, P13 there for him. Gilmar Pachotto in the 71 car. Gilmar Peixoto, 48.830 is the time to beat. Gilmar 12th on the grid so far. See where he lands in this 71 car. Jacobs at the top of the grid, but remember, right now he's going to start P3 because Marizon and Bargelli will start P1, P2 with their wins last week in the Daytona duels. Peixoto off the final turn through the tri-oval. And Peixoto is 48.976, so he is shown 10th on the grid.
A lot of soul.
Well, good run there for Gilmar Peixoto. I think that will probably do it there for the quals. And I appreciate everybody being out here and joining us on TurnLeftTV. Always have a lot of fun with this stuff. Don't forget to join us each and every week here on TurnLeftTV. And you can follow the Buschwackers series. Sometimes I do some extra events and so forth whenever I have time throughout the week. But I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Let's get this party started. All right, we're back, and quals officially haven't ended yet, so appreciate you being here tonight. So, quals have ended. We will look at the results here shortly. And don't forget to join us over at highoctaneracing.net. You get All right, we'll take a look at the qualification results. Session results here as now. Just keep in mind that everybody's going to be bumped down a little bit because Bardelli Jr. and Marizon will start P1, P2. Sean Jacobs will start up quals. He starts, or he qualified in the fastest qualifying time. My God, I should never do this again. Vander had the second fastest time. Epilombo third. Gordon Carter fourth. Alexis Salvia fifth. Bardelli Jr. sixth. He will start in P1. Tony Furtado seventh. Marizon eighth. He will start P2. Waldo Spindle ninth. Gilmar Peixoto 10th. Gelson Neto starts 11th. Dennis Yuchin 12th. Eugene Fedorov 13th. Steve Pierce 14th. And Ritsky Novar starts in P15. Guys, now in the warm-up session. They're taking care of a little business on the side. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here tonight at Daytona. Be patient, man. So pick a lane, check up ready, and make good pit stops and make some frenemies there. I get a lot of people there barking on my ear right now. So those are the race keys there. Tonight, And schedule here in the Buschwackers Series. And next week, we'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just 3 races to go after tonight. Las Vegas follows that, and then Phoenix to finish out the season here, season number 1 of 2024. I can't believe it's 2024. My God, I'm thinking, yesterday it was like 1992. What's going on? Woke up, I've now got 26 years of teaching in. What the heck, bro? I'm ready to retire next year. How'd that happen? I've probably had students that are now grandparents. I don't think I've had any grandkids where I've had the grandparents yet. I don't think I'll reach that hiatus there, that height there. So about 4.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. And I'm going to get my pick in here tonight. Man, my pick tonight. This is going to be an interesting one. My pick to win this race. Let's see. Who did I pick? I picked Sean Tona. Sean Jacobs to win this one. So I think he's got the right stuff to win the race here today. See if our side-by-side is working. Looks like it is. That's great news for us. So, Eugene Fedorov out here making some laps. Good to see Eugene out here, man. It's pretty snowy where he's at. Last time he sent me a picture, I think it was last week. Pretty snowy. He was in Russia. A lot of snow where he was at, man. He was walking his dogs. Great looking bunch of dogs there. All right, looks like we're about ready to rock and roll. Are you ready to rock and roll? I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get this party started, huh? It's Daytona tonight, man. Race number 7 of the season. And hopefully everybody maintains a good connection here. We've had some weather in the area, and I know some of the guys in South America have been struggling a little bit with some of their connections. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for them. Everybody got their picks in. Who's going to win the race? Well, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be a fun one, boys. All right, it's 70 laps here tonight. Race number 7. And it's Daytona. Right here live on TurnLeftTV or on replay. If you happen to be watching it that way, let's take a look at the starting order. Claudio Bardelli Jr. What the heck did I type up there? Starts in P1. Craig Marizon starts second. Sean Jacobs will start in the 3rd position, and Palumbo starts in P4. Starting in row number 3 will be Gordon Carter and Alexei Salviev. Tony Furtado, Gilmar Peixoto start row number 4. Peixoto, good qual position there for him. Gelson Neto in the 5X starts in the 9th position. Dennis Schuters in the 47 starts 10th. Eugene Fedorov will start in that 11th position, and Steve Pierce starts in P12. Starting in the 13th position will be Ritsky Novar. Arthur Vieta starts P14, and Givaldo Spindola starts in the 15th position. I'll tell you what, man, this is fast and furious here at Daytona. Don't forget the race keys here. Be patient. Pick a lane. Don't do those sudden lane changes. Try to stick your car in a really, really tight spot. That means trouble. Be checkup ready. Give yourself enough room between you and the car in front of you for checkups. Notorious with this track in this mod. Make good pit stops and make some frenemies. You cannot win this on your own. Well, good luck to you guys tonight, and thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this baby going. I'm excited for Daytona. Last week's first race was a little messy, but second race was absolutely fantastic. Let's see if we can't put this together here and keep it rolling in a fantastic side. Here we go, man. Pace car coming off the track. The lights are off. Tighten it up. Bardelli Jr., Marizon, front row.
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go. Green, green, green. Here at Daytona for 70 laps. That upper row there looks like it's going. The high line is 60 into 54, trying to push him. Jacobs rolling up on the back of the 19 on that bottom line. 72, Alexis Salviev in this mix too, up on the high line. He's running third in line up top. And those guys bail and go down to the low side. Oh, it's Salviev trying to stick that car into that spot, man. I tell you, not listening to me. He made it, but man, that was dicey. That was dicey. Bardelli Jr. probably not too happy about that move. Wow, that got crazy right there on board here with Bardelli Jr. He's running in P4. Sean Jenkins just behind him in the 5th position. Wow, that got crazy right there. Take a look at that replay. Salviev. These guys on the high line here. This is a little bit of a replay. Salviev throwing this car down on the inside right there. There might have been a little contact, man. That's a risky move there to do early on. Yetta in the 4 car getting by to 71. Oh, to 71 coming down to the bottom side. Make a little contact with that outside wall. 71, Gilmar Peixoto made a little contact with the outside wall as Vieta got by. Peixoto running in P13. Vieta in the 12th position. We're back up here with our race leader, and that is Greg Marazon. Ed Palumbo just behind him. We got some action there back in the pack. Spindola and Peixoto. Looks like Steve Pierce might be in this mix as well. That 68 car. Looks like he might have gotten up into the wall. Back up here with Craig Marazon in P1. Nose to tail for these guys. These guys want to get some laps in here, man. Maybe get some green flag pit stops. Let this thing sort of shake out a little bit. Whiskey Novar in the 10 car. New paint scheme there for him. He's got Archie Vieta just behind him. Oh, Fedorov drifted up a little bit. Oh, Vieta a little bit of a shot in the back of that 10 car. Vieta into 4. NASCAR PR sponsor machine, little Camaro versus Toyota. Excuse me, Camaro versus Camry. And the 84 car going to use that bottom line and reclaim that position. But Ritzky going back to the high line. He's going to need a lot more help on that high line if he hopes to make some passes here. Uderchin in the 47 car on the inside. So side by side there, a couple Toyotas. Vieta pushing that 10 car. Side by side here, good racing side by side. That is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Now they sort of get things straightened out. Nose to tail here, at least for this few seconds. And Ritzky's still going back up to the high side to see if he can't get something started. Take a look at the 24. Sean Jacobs running in the 5th position. He's just content to run behind Bardelli Jr. for now. You got the really, really solid drivers there in that top 5. Also, look at 56. Gordon Carter running in the 6th position. Good run here for him so far. Behind him, Tony Furtado in the 9 car. Still trying to give it a shot there on that high line. I like to just play this game here of follow the leader for a little while and until we get some pit stops in order and guys start to shake out a little bit. Things start to shake out. You're really not going to go many places if you are trying to get something done here. We take a look at Gelson Neto in the 5X car. He keeps racing with us. He's going to have to get a paint scheme there. Look at that. The 4 and the 10 starting to make a move. Starting to move up. As they're now battling the 56 and the 9. So the 4 and the 10 working together here a little bit. Now, I'll tell you what, if you're going to have somebody behind you to push you to the front, it might as well be Arthur Vieta. Look at that, the 5X car goes to the high line. He wants to join this party. So these guys starting this little 2-wide action here as Ritzky Novar on the high line, Gordon Carter on the inside line, side by side. Novar's got a whole where is the back of the car at? My God, man. change some of the camera views or something in this thing. There we go. That's better. I think I missed it. Look at that. You see Fedorov and Vieta. I'll tell you what, I got to delete about 15 cameras on the car view. I really don't need those. Greg Bearzon, our leader. And it's been pretty calm up here up front. We're 8 laps in. Don't mean to jinx it, but right now looking pretty calm here. But those guys get a little frisky. Back around P7 on back. Let's take a look at the 6th place car. That is Tony Furtado, and he has now been swallowed up by that group. That's coming hard here, and Ritsky Novar now have to follow that 9 car. Valvoline sponsored Camaro up on the high line, but Gordon Carter's showing some muscle here, and he's trying to catch up. Maybe try to make this single file. Uderchin following him. And, a little bit of contact there between the 9 and the 47 car. Little contact there. Gelson Neto ducking out of the line a little bit. Got to make some throttle control here and also lane control, man. You got to be really, really careful. Uderchin drifting up just a little bit. He wants a little bit more room. The 10 and the 9 nose to tail. Those guys getting really, really racy here right now. As Marizad leading this pack. Those guys still battling back in that pack a little bit. Let's take a look at that. That side-by-side action there with Furtado, Gordon Carter, Dennis Uderchin. Vieta's in this. Ritsky Novar back there as well. And looks like Novar up into the outside wall. Novar got up into the outside wall. And he's going to lose some positions. He went hard into the outside wall and now has dropped back to P12. Ritsky Novar made contact with the outside wall. Let's take a look here at Novar on this outside as he's following the 9 car. And this is a little bit earlier here, but Furtado and Uderchin side by side. And right there was contact with Fedorov, and Novar goes up to the high side and makes contact with the outside wall. That brand new paint scheme got a little scrape on the right side now. Back up here up front, the 60. Craig Bearzon, the leader. Just behind him is Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. Everybody sort of knows the tail now. A couple guys drop connection. Looks like they're trying to rejoin. That maybe give us a caution flag here, a bogus caution flag. But Pachoko and Spindola, talk to them about their connection. I know these guys are in a second voice chat program right now, and that eats up a ton of bandwidth. Just have a Discord open. Eats up bandwidth. Discord voice, TeamSpeak, and the game. That's a lot of bandwidth there. I'm trying to talk to those guys about it a little bit. Steve Pierce off the pace a little bit. Steve Pierce falling back at that Captain Morgan sponsored machine, so he's out of the draft. And I'm not sure what's happened to Steve Pierce, but he must have fallen back a little while ago. We lost track of him, but that Captain Morgan, number 51, he's wanting to see some pit stops.
Yellow.
There's that yellow flag as the rejoin. So, now our yellow flag here as we get a rejoin. So our first caution flag, and all right, we are under caution. All right, looks like Givaldo gets the lucky dog, gets a lap back. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks kicks off a brand new season. Coming up on Tuesday, a 100-lap race from Hot Atlanta. Oh, boy, man. We had a great turnout last week, about 15, 16 drivers, so a good turnout on a Tuesday. And that's coming up on February the 20th. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks. Now you're going to get some pit stops, boys. Go on and get some pit stops here. You know Novar's going to have some damage that he's going to need to get repaired. He got into the outside wall, so there's definitely going to be some damage there. So pit stops headed your way for sure. A good little run there, and I think we would have kept a green there if we didn't have the lost connections in the rejoin. So Marizon is our leader, Ed Palumbo second, Salviev third, Bardelli Jr. fourth, and it's pretty much been that way up front. I mean, the top five have pretty much been the top five since we started here. Marizon and Palumbo. Now Bardelli Jr. Started on the pole position. Those guys went around on the high side, and he was able to duck in around P4, P5. And you see these guys coming down pit lane now. On board here with our race leader, and that is Craig Marizon. So we got guys on pit lane here taking service. Gordon Carter also on pit lane. We'll take a look at him. Gordon Carter on pit lane in that 56 car. And Craig Marizon comes out in P7, so a little bit of a slower pit stop for Marizon. Maybe some of the guys only took a 2-tire stop. Not sure what Marizon's stop was like, but he's now back to P7. So, and some of these other guys, I think Carter and Palumbo came on the pit lane at the same time. So, interesting situation here. You now see the race leader is Ricky Novar, but undoubtedly he'll be ducking down pit lane. Now remember, he's got some damage on his machine. And he's going to have to get repaired. Some right side damage to that. So that's going to, I think he's just getting those laps led points. With the brand new paint scheme out. Raven Puff sponsored Toyota. He wouldn't elaborate on that, but he said something about it was a, I don't know, some sort of kidding around or something with his girlfriend there. So I don't know. He's going to have to explain that to me. He's got a new version of that paint scheme anyway. Sent that to me. Get that in car set. So that's what he's in tonight. And Eugene Fedorov coming down pit lane here in the 84 car. He's taking service here on lap 18. Novar still has not come down pit lane. I would guarantee you he's going to be coming down pit lane. Claudio Bardelli Jr. now shown in P2. Baldo getting the longest line as he got the lucky dog in that 68 car. Now you bunch everybody back up, but I really think the tone of the race here tonight has been, let's get in line here, let's stay cool, get these laps in, maybe try to shake something out here with pit stops, spread this field out a little bit, get some pack racing going on, and it's been a lot calmer. Keep your fingers crossed here, not trying to jinx. It's been a lot calmer than what we saw in race number 1 of the duels last week. That was a mess. Bardelli Jr. will probably be the race leader here, as I think Ricky Novar will duck down pit lane. You may prove me wrong here, but I do believe he is coming down pit lane, and it does look to be the case. So Ricky Novar making his pit stop, and it looks like he is followed by Alexei Salviev. The 19 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start on the pole, and that will give Ed Palumbo the outside line in P2. Novar on pit lane, finishing up his pit stop. As we line them back up. Looks like Gordon Carter starts in the 3rd position. Craig Marizon will start in P4. Now, he kind of got shuffled back on that halfway through that first run. He's now in the 4th position. Sean Jacobs starts in 5th. Furtado will start in the 6th position. The 19 and the 54 side by side here for this restart. The 56 and the 60 side by side there in row number 2. Row 3, the 24 and the 9. Dennis Unichin and the 47 car and the 4 of Archie Vieta will start in row number 5. This should be row number 4 on this restart. Nelson Neto and Eugene Fedorov, row number 5. The pace cars in, and here we go, back to green. You start lap number 20.
Go.
Margella Jr., a good start there. Marizon all over the back of that 54 car right now. And the 9 car did not get a good start. I don't know what happened to him. He is falling back. The 9 falling back, and he did not get a good start. He gave up a ton of positions there, and I don't know what happened, whether he missed a shift or what. The 9 of Tony Furtado falling to the back. And back to the 9th position. So something happened there on that restart. Look at that. Gordon Carter gets around Palumbo. Palumbo ducking in, now in P3. So Gordon Carter in the 56, now in the 2nd position. 54, Palumbo 3rd. And the 60, Marizon is in 4th. Sean Jacobs running in 5th. The battle is back here in pack number 2. They are side by side. Now Givaldo in this pack. He is on that inside line, but he is 3 laps down. Otto tucks in on that bottom line. See the 51 and the 10 up on the high line. Now the 51 of Steve Pierce on the high line. That Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Now he's got a little help there from Raven Puff. Kritsky Novar in the 10 car. Archie Vieta in the 4. And the 72 of Alexis Salviev is in the 12th position. Fedorov running in 13. Givaldo in 14, 3 laps down. Now nose to tail. They got it figured out. But, man, I'll tell you what, the guy that got hurt on that restart was the 9 of Tony Furtado. He is now back in the 8th position. Starting to tuck out here and make some moves. The 9 there working on the high side back in the middle of the pack. To get his way back up to that lead group. Tado's got a little bit of help there behind him. Steve Pierce trying to work with him, and he's making some moves on the high line. This high line, if they get a little bit more organized here, they can try to make some moves here. And he has now gotten back up there beside Craig Marizon. So that high line might work if you get enough guys up there to be stable enough, stick around enough, stick together, and they can make some moves and get up front. And Furtado proving that. He is now inching ahead of our 4th place car. Good battle there. Furtado shown in P5. Margella Jr. the leader. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. He is running in the on the bottom line. He's 5th in line on that bottom line, but Furtado battling on the outside line. Good run here for those guys. Little fight there. And also Dennis Unichin in this mix in that 47 car. They're starting to get a little bunched up there. Vieta on the inside as well, just behind Dennis Unichin. And Unichin drifting up just a little bit right there, trying to give himself a little room, make room for another car, maybe. That looks like they're going to go 3 wide here if they're not careful. Steve Pierce was looking on that outside line. Woo, boy, they got 3 wide there for just a second. Steve Pierce on the outside line. Wow. Like Givaldo might have lost his connection again. What a tough break there, man. Really going to have to work with him to try to figure something out for those guys. And we got a good battle here. Salviev on the inside line. Salviev shown in P6, but Furtado on the high line, and they're battling side by side. Furtado's got a good run again going on the outside line. He got up to around, he got up to Marizon before, and then that line sort of stalled. Let's see if that high line, they've got a little bit more organization up on that high line this time. Let's see if they can make some moves. Oh no!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Jacobs involved. He is in the wall, and it looks like Neto gets caught up in that as well. Sean Jacobs in the 24 might have gotten hit. And he was sideways. Wow. Let's take a look and see what happened. Let's take a look and see what happened here. As there was some action here. You see the 72. It looks like 24 checked up, and then the 47 tries to, well, that was just a racing deal right there. It was just a check up. 47 couldn't do much. The 24 comes across and gets into the 5X. And that was just a big old checkup. Take a look here at Sean Jacobs in that 24 car. And then right there's a little bit of a checkup by the 72. The 24 gets checked up. The 47 on the brakes to try to keep from getting into the 24. They got 3 wide. And then all heck breaks loose right there. Take a look at the Fedorov's machine. Oh, right into the back of the 24, but those guys got checked up. And then 24, Neto just got absolutely annihilated on that. Jelson Neto, poor Jelson, he had nowhere to go on this. Take a look at Jelson, and then he gets absolutely annihilated right there and then loses a hood. He just had nowhere to go. One board here with him. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Go back and take a look at that. Jelson Neto had nowhere to go, right across the front of him. And then all heck breaks loose. Now the back of Salviev's car. Right there, these guys check up, and just Dennis had nowhere to go. And got into the back of the 24. And a lot of stuff happened. That's why I said at the beginning of this race, you got to give yourself a little bit of room between you and the car in front of you for those checkups. We go back live here. Jacob's going to have to come down and get some service done to that machine. All right, looks like we got pit stops underway. And 19 coming down pit lane. Just felt the intensity of going up there in that little run, and guys were awfully close to one another, nose to tail, and that could be bad news on checkups. Salviev is our leader. Fedorov shown in a second position. Now, I would assume that these guys are going to come down pit lane here. Fedorov and Salviev trying to get some laps led. But I'll tell you what, Neto's going to be on pit lane for a while. Neto's had a pretty significant amount of damage, and he's going to have to get repaired. And that car is all torn up there for him. That is he's just the wrong place at the wrong time for Gelson Neto. He had nowhere to go on that incident. He was just a victim of circumstance. Salviev is our leader. And Gelson on pit lane for an extended pit stop. I would suggest to you he is probably going to go a lap down. He is pretty close to going a lap down here now, and I don't think he's going to get out in time to stay on the lead lap. Good news for him, however, is that he will be right now the only car one lap down, and he'll get the lucky dog if there is another caution flag. Again, extended pit stop there for Neto. And, that's the danger of sort of being back there in the pack a little bit. And again, I felt like those guys on that run were not kind of, you see Neto now coming back on the track, were really probably a little bit too close there, nose to tail. And again, in this, at this track, it seems like those checkups are big. When they happen, they are big. And it's an accordion effect. One guy checks up behind. Somebody might touch the back end of another car, and then you got other guys checking up and, trying to maybe dodge and get to the middle or try to avoid something, and that just creates chaos. So I'm afraid that's the type of thing that happens when you race really, really closely here at Daytona. High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder back in action tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 70-lap race from Daytona in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder has been going on for 23 years. How about that? 23 years this series has been going on. And I remember joining in 2001, and we were racing some just pickup races on Saturday nights, and that's what became the Saturday Night Thunder in High Octane Racing League. And here we are 23 years later, and it's still going. It's race number 7 of the season, 70-lap race in Daytona in the Cup Series, High Octane Racing League, Saturday Night Thunder. And Palumbo on pit lane in that 54 car, so these guys maybe taking a little risk here and doing some fuel mileage calculations as we approach halfway. Palumbo topping off with fuel. Looks like Uderson has the same thing in mind. 40 laps to go. And our leader is Bardelli Jr. There's on in second. Look at that. Guys who started P1, P2 are P1, P2. 56, 56 and the 9. Shown row number 2. So 2 caution flags due to, or that's a first caution flag, isn't it? That's due to a wreck. We had a rejoin, and then the 1 caution flag here due to a crash. Now these guys should be maintaining a little bit of gap between them, or they and the them, or whatever, in the car in front of them. A lot of guys there on the outside line there. Doing his restart, pace car's in. Bardelli Jr. will control the restart here.
Green flag,
Right,
go,
lap
go, go.
32. 19 to 56, a little help there behind. And there they're getting us single file as now Carter up to P2. Ritsky Novar is in 3rd. Pierce in 4th, Vieta 5th. So I'll tell you what, Craig Marizon did not have good luck there on that outside line. He dropped back as those guys freight trained on the bottom line. Marizon did not have a good time there on that restart. Go back here and look at this restart here with Marizon. Marizon on the outside. He really did not get in the throttle very well, but those guys were all on board on that bottom line. And they go by, and then you're going to start seeing guys bail to go down to the bottom line. A bunch of guys bail. Furtado wanted to get down there. He was not able to do so as Vieta slammed the door, but looks like Ed Palumbo leaves the door open there so he can get down. And Marizon dropping back. So that was a tough break there on that restart for Craig Marizon. See if he can't capitalize, getting back in line and capitalize on some work with some other drivers here. As a 19, we're going to the high side. But looks like Gordon Carter here challenging on that inside line. He's got a little help there from Ritsky Novar. A different look up front. Salvi up front too. Jelson Neto up front. Now Jelson is 1 lap down in this mix. He's in the 5X car, 3rd car in line up on the high side. Gordon Carter has a little help from Ritsky Novar. Steve Pierce running in the 4th position on the inside line. He is now getting around Bardelli Jr., who's up on the outside line. Side by side, not so fast, Bardelli Jr. says. Leaving a big gap there as Steve Pierce leaving a big gap for some guys up on the high line. Not sure what's going on here with Steve Pierce, but those guys freight train on the outside. Pierce got a good run here coming off the turn. Oh, boy, that got crazy right there with Neto. Salviev tucks in on the inside. And Pierce being a nice guy and letting those guys have that hole that he created for him. Furtado just behind him, running in the 6th position. Right now, our race leader is Gordon Carter. Carter, one of our Canadian drivers. High place moving sponsor Camaro. Ritsky Novar racing all the way from Indonesia. Running in P2. Claudio Bardelli Jr., one of our Brazilian drivers. How about that international flavor there? We got Canada, Indonesia, Brazil. Then our 4th place car, Alexei Salviev, is from Russia. So great international flavor. Steve Pierce is from Texas, baby. So first 5 drivers there, all from different parts of the world. How about that? Great international flavor here at High Octane Racing League. These guys come back each and every week to race with each other. Great friends. Look at Furtado here on the in the 9 car. He's got Archer Vieta just behind him. Furtado running in P6, and Steve Pierce running in the 5th position just ahead. A little bit of a gap there between P5, P6. Archer Vieta running in the 7th position in that 4 car. Just behind him, Dennis Uderchin in the 47. Nose to tail here, these guys. Is Gordon Carter going to get some laps led in here tonight? Maybe setting himself up for a big win here tonight. Gordon Carter's been so helpful for us since he's come into High Octane Racing League and shown some great leadership qualities. And we have recruited him for a position on our board. He's done a lot of good painting for us and great advice. And really just a happy dude. A lot of guys really taking on that infectious attitude that he brings in. Novar in the 10 car. He's been really super helpful for us here at High Octane Racing too. I talked to him last night. They're talking about doing some kind of a secret project for us. He's made some car sets for us, and great advice from Richie Novar, man. He's got some great skills. Gordon Carter's painted a lot of cars here for us as well for drivers, and a lot of different series, trucks, the Xfinity series, Indy cars. Highline here starting to get a little crazy here as Salviev on the highline. Bardelli Jr. goes to the highline. Oh, there's contact right there with that wall. Salviev got into the wall. Oh, more contact. Salviev got squirrely as Bardelli Jr. went up. I think Salviev tried to back off the throttle. That car got a little squirrely on him, and he almost spun that thing around. Wow. That got a little crazy right there. Salviev looking like he wants to try to get around on the outside line. He's dropping back, and now Bardelli Jr. bails. Let's take a look at that replay there and what happened to Salviev. Salviev on the high line right there. He's trying to get through as Bardelli Jr. went up the high line, and right there, there's contact with the wall, and he gets into the safer barrier right here. Oh, right there. And then Furtado got in the back of him and almost turned him around. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed on that one. Buddy maintaining the right direction on that car, but Salviev's continuing to fall to the back. Furtado as well. And that high line sort of petering out here as Salviev's going to have to tuck in at some point. There's Jacobs and Furtado running nose to tail on the bottom line. And maybe Jacobs going to give Salviev a little bit of room here so he can tuck that car in. I don't know. He's got a little bit of a run, though, behind Epalumbo. Salviev way on that outside line. He is trying to find a way to get this car down to the bottom line. On board here with Salviev as we take a look at that 54 car. Furtado says, hey, I'll go back up there and help you, man. Let's go. A little bit of help there for Salviev into 72. The 9 of Tony Furtado and that Valvoline sponsor machine. He wants to see if he can get that car back up front. Can they work as a tandem to make some moves on this low line? And that low line pretty calm right now. See too much movement out of these guys. Very, very calm here on lap 42. They know the deal. They're done tired. They're done running around under yellow. Jacobs now going to the high line to work with that trilogy up there. Or he's part of the trilogy. How about that? It's like Star Wars. That's a Star Wars reference. I think if you're Gordon Carter right now, you're pretty comfortable with who's behind you. I mean, Ritsky Novar, he's content. I mean, he's a smart race car driver. He is content to run around behind. And these guys are talking about green flag pit stops here very, very soon. So hearing that these guys might be coming down pit lane really, really soon here. Gordon Carter leading the pack, the 56 car. Ritsky Novar in second. Steve Pierce in the third position. And Dennis Udich in fourth. Fifth in line is our lap down car, and that is Gelson Neto. He wants to see a caution flag. Let's take a look at Dennis Udich and haven't talked too much about Dennis tonight here in this 47 car buffet sponsor machine, racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine, keeping that international flavor rocking, huh? He's one of our most loyal members at HORL. Man, this guy gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to come out and race with us each and every week. 2-3 times a week. Races before work. He's got to work early in the morning, gets up early. You can tell he's dog tired whenever he's joining. Neto going up to the high side might help that outside line. And now we're hearing that Gordon Carter is going to be coming down pit lane this time by. Already talking about which lane to choose as they come off the track and come down pit lane. Gordon Carter, the race leader in the 56, the 10. Ritsky Novar, Steve Pierce indicating he's coming down in the 51 car as well. He's running in the third position. That outside line, those guys are moving up on the high line there to get away. They're going to stay out a little bit longer, maybe get a caution flag. And here we go, off the track to come down pit lane. And Steve Pierce is hot, man, as he's coming in. Look at that, Gordon Carter in the grass, kicking up some dust on his way in. And I don't know if he got caught speeding or not, but that looked pretty fast. Gordon Carter in the grass on his way down pit lane. And Alexei Salviev shown as a race leader. Gordon Carter, man, I'll tell you what, he's keeping it exciting, that's for sure. And Gordon Carter, I wonder if he doesn't get flagged for speeding. Udichin also pitting. Steve Pierce, Udichin exiting pit lane. Steve Pierce exiting pit lane. And Gordon Carter. And Gordon Carter's got a penalty. He's got a stop and go penalty. And we got a crash on pit lane, it looks like. Crash on pit lane, it looked like. It looked like maybe Tony Furtado got into Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Let's take a look here. Tony Furtado, look at this mess right there. Furtado gets into the back of Salviev, and it's sideways right there. Oh, across the track. And Sean Jacobs makes contact. He had nowhere to go. Furtado's squirrely, using all the track there. Wow, some drama with the pit stops. Sean Jacobs, he got tangled up in that. Go on board here with Sean Jacobs. Watch this, that 9 car is going to get cattywampus right here, and he sees a whole lot of that 24 trying to get through the 9, slamming into the side of him. Wow, boy. Dennis Udich, our race leader. He's got the 84 of Eugene Fedorov just behind. And Gordon Carter on pit lane. Now, he had to do a stop and go, but he looks like he forgot to turn off his I think he forgot to turn off his pit crew, and they're putting tires back on that thing. He might have made a full-fledged pit stop there. That may not clear it. We'll see. And it looks like he's back out on the track. Oh, what a tough break there for Gordon Carter. Dennis Udichin coming down pit lane. Does he have a drive-through? Unichin, stop and go for Unichin. He's on pit lane again. I thought he was just on pit lane. My heavens, man. Maybe I'm losing my mind here. I was sure that he was on pit lane. To Vieira, the leader. Marizan and Palumbo. Now Vieira is actually Vieira is was running in the third position, but now Marizan, Palumbo get by. Now Fedorov and Unichin came down pit lane or back out on pit lane, not up to full song, however. They're going to get swallowed up here pretty soon. Unichin is the leader. Got a little confused there because Unichin came back down pit lane. I thought Unichin was on pit lane already. Might have missed that, but. And now Marizan tuck it in here, and you've got the 60, the 54, the 4, and the 19 all working together. And there's some talent right there. They're going to catch up to Dennis Unichin in a hurry. Unichin in the 47 car, and he's just going to have to let these guys go and try to tuck in behind. On board here with Dennis Unichin, and that crew goes by. He's going to have to tuck in a hurry right here, tackle onto the back of those guys. He's going to need a little bit. He's going to be steady here. Don't panic. He might be okay here. We'll see. Unichin does tag on, so that's good news for Dennis Unichin in the Toyota. Craig Marizan, the leader. The 54, Ed Palumbo in second. You see Risky Novar up on the high line. Novar one lap down now. Man, we have had some drama with those green flag pit stops. That's what I like about green flag pit stops, man. You get some guys that just make mistakes, and it spreads out the field a little bit. 54 there running in P2. Down below the yellow line a little bit. Out of the gas, keep from getting into the back of the 60 car. Novar tucks in this line, and that's going to help the drafting for him. He is running in the 11th position. Now, running in P5 and P6, Salviev and Jacobs. Remember, Jacobs got a little bit of damage on that machine from contact with Tony Furtado. Now, those guys want to try to close in. Now, they are about a second and a half off of Dennis Unichin. Unichin running with that front pack. So you see that front pack led by the 60 car. We'll come off the turn here. We'll show you, get an idea of where they are. And right there's that front pack. And then there's that second group. And then Carter is a lap down running with Fedorov. Now Fedorov is in a 7th position, and he wants to use the 56 car to try to close in. Craig Marizan is our leader at Palumbo second. Bargelli Jr. third. Unichin is in fourth. Salviev running in the 5th position, and he is a bit back. They're about about 1.8 seconds back, I believe. 2.2 seconds back to the race leader, but 1.8 or so to the back car there, and that would be Uderchin. Actually, would be Ritsky Novar. So our top two, winner of last week's duels, they're up front where we'd expect them to be. Take a look at Steve Pierce. He's running with Tony Furtado. These guys P8, P9. They are the last cars on the lead lap, about 22 seconds down, almost 23 seconds down to the race leader, but working together here, hoping maybe for a caution flag to catch back up. Or some guys having some trouble on pit lane if they have to make green flag pit stops again. And they may have to come down pit lane again. Now we've got this 2X fuel setting here, so you may see more pit stops. Eugene Fedorov running in P7 is Gordon Carter working with him. Gordon Carter got caught speeding coming down pit lane and had to do a stop and go. He now finds himself in P11, one lap down. The lucky dog position is Ritsky Novar, and he's running with that front pack. He is actually in 10th, but he's up there with the leaders. And, he's in a good position. Caution flag comes out. He'll get that lucky dog spot. He's in the lucky dog spot as we speak. And Palumbo running in the 2nd position. Good run here for the 54. He's kept that car in the hunt all night long. And you see, I think the guys have realized that race number 1 in that duels was a mess. Guys were being really, really super aggressive, and they calmed down in that 2nd race, and it paid dividends. You had a great race, and they've brought that over to the main event. I think the racing has been really good. It's been calm. Guys are nose to tail here, just riding around, taking spots when they can get spots, but you don't see the super aggressive driving, and that's why we've had the race that we've had. But you got to start thinking here as we approach 10 to go, what's going to happen with these guys? You got 4 guys up here that are in the hunt for winning this race. What's going to happen here once things start to shake out? If they don't have to make pit stops, who's going to work with who? Now, Uderchin is dropping back here a little bit in this group. You got to be really careful about that. We'll lose that pack. But he is the 4th car, 4th in line, and he's 4th in position. So you got 4 guys on that front pack that are working. Who's going to work with who once this starts to shake out? A lot of different flavors up there, and Ritsky Novar, who is running in P10 in this mix, could be the spoiler. He could work with the group and push somebody to the race win. Marizon, I've been in this position before, and what's going through your mind? My mind, I'm thinking, who's Palumbo going to work with? What's Bardelli going to do? I have to maybe count on Bardelli trying to slingshot around the both of us, maybe try to get a little help from Uderchin and Novar. But I wonder what, Palumbo's going to do. It's been a long time since Palumbo's been in victory lane. He might decide to take that shot and get around. So we've got a lot of guys here that don't normally work with each other. I mean, if my money is out there on anybody working with each other, it might be Marizon and Palumbo working together. Steve Pierce indicating he's going to have to come down pit lane here. So that may spell That may be a clue as what's going to happen with some of these other guys. So 10 laps to go, and I'm hearing that some of these guys are going to be making pit stops here. Steve Pierce indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane, and that's what we have. Look at that. Tony Furtado also on pit lane. Oh, Furtado spun it again! Furtado spun again! Oh, no! Coming down pit lane, Furtado spun. And Steve Pierce on pit lane. Taking some service here. That Captain Morgan sponsor machine, and Tony Furtado says, I need a drink at Captain Morgan, brother. Wow! Some drama unfolding. Let's take a look at that replay. Furtado pitting. Watch this. He's going to just lose the back end of it and almost gets Steve Pierce. Watch out to the back of Steve Pierce. Watch this. Right there's a whole lot of that 9 car. He gets through. And Furtado, wow. Look at this. The race leader's coming down pit lane. Palumbo on the brakes. Wow, Palumbo burning those tires off and said, that's all right. I got to get some new ones anyway. And the leader's on pit lane. And Palumbo, if he did not speed, he was at a great entry into pit lane. He got around the 60 car. So the leader's on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. shown as the race leader now. Marizon, Palumbo, so they're aligned by pit stall. Bardelli Jr. the first out. Look at that. Unichin also out as well. Palumbo's going to have to get on the gas, man, to catch up to these guys. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets out ahead of these guys. The 47 just behind him. A couple drafting partners now. Wow. Craig Marizon running in third. Palumbo fourth. Those guys get hooked up and they can try to catch up. Marizon trying to tag onto the back of these guys. He might be just a little bit too far back. He is in the 60 car. He was our leader when those pit stops started to unfold. Novar on pit lane. So it's a two-man show right now, and that is Bardelli Jr. and Unichin. Here on lap 64. Novar back out on track in P10. Interesting here as they're going to go around Novar. Novar tucking in. If he can hold on to these guys, that'll help them even more. They're rolling up on some more lap traffic. It's like Gelson Neto in the 5X on the inside. Going to let those guys go by. Little communication there between Bardelli Jr. and Gelson. Gelson knew that they were going to take the outside. Little communication right there. Heard that on the radio. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Dennis Unichin, P1, P2. Neto can't tag onto the back of those guys. These guys continuing to make some headway. Now you got a three-car pack behind, and that is Marizon, Palumbo, and Salviev. They got actually 4 cars as Sean Jacobs entering that mix. So you got 4 cars there. Do they have enough time to run down the race leaders? 6.5 seconds or so back, almost 7 seconds back. Can they make some time up? If we can't get a look at what's going on with that. And that's going to show us the battle between Bardelli Jr. and Unichin. So some drama unfolding on those late race pit stops. They are making up some time there in P3, 4, 5, and 6. But I don't think they've got enough time to make up that deficit here in the short amount of time we have left. Green flag. Now down under 6 seconds. Marizon in third, under 6 seconds behind. They may have, I don't know, they might make me a liar out of this one. I think that might be too big of a deficit. I definitely would think that the 19 and the 47 checking the clock. Checking the clock. 5.8 seconds now. 19 and the 47. Can they hold on for the victory? Marizon, Palumbo, Salviev, and Jacobs. That little pack of four on the way. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 3 to go. 3 laps to go. Marizon running in third, and he is 5.5 seconds back. Now these guys rolling up are starting to get a little disorganized here in that second pack. A little bit disorganization. In 5 seconds, though. 5 seconds back, so they've made up a pretty considerable deficit. And if anybody can do it, that's going to be these guys here. Marizon, Palumbo, Salviev, and Jacobs. 2 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line. 5 second gap. I don't think they've got enough time. 5 second gap there as Bardelli Jr., Dennis Udichin, nose to tail. Can they hold on for a P1, P2 finish? Will these 4 cars behind, running P3, 4, 5, and 6, be able to stay in line and catch up? I think it's too big now. That deficit too big. As Bardelli Jr. and Dennis Udichin going to have to fight it out here on this last lap. So the final lap for the front 2. If they stay nose to tail, then they're going to be a 2-way battle. If they start getting side by side, then that pack of 4 is going to eat them up. 5 seconds back of those guys. Udichin staying behind Bardelli Jr. The 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is our leader. Dennis Udichin in second. 4.7 seconds now. The gap, 4.6. These guys are moving in a hurry. Still think that deficit's too big. You got to be careful if you're the 47 car when you're going to try to tuck in or duck out there and make this pass. 4 second gap now, under 4. Dennis Udichin going to the outside. Dennis Udichin and Claudio Bardelli Jr. is going to be a photo finish. Who's going to get it? Oh, Dennis Udichin gets the win. My gosh. Wow, Dennis Udichin getting the win at Daytona. Whoa! The 47 car capturing the victory. How about that? Wow, that was a great finish there. What a perfectly timed pass for Dennis Udichin. And what a great win. Pizza for everybody, baby. Got some pizza all the way from Kharkiv. We got some olives on that, some extra cheese, baby. So Dennis Udichin gets the win. What a run there for him. Great job to Dennis Udichin. Well, what a battle there, and a good clean finish between those guys too, huh? How about that? And a great race. What a fantastic race there. So congratulations to Dennis Udichin. Let's take a look at the final results. Final results. Dennis Udichin gets the win here at Daytona. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes second. Craig Marizon finishes in the third position. Ed Palumbo finishes fourth. Alexis Salviev finishes in P5. Sean Jacobs was sixth. Eugene Fedorov seventh. Steve Pierce finishes eighth. Tony Furtado ninth. Ritsky Novar finishes in P10. Finishing in the 11th position, Gordon Carter in the 56th. Gelson Neto finishes in 12th. Artie Vieta 13th. Rivaldo Spindola finishes 14th. And Gilmar Peixoto finishes in P15. Wow. Big win for Dennis Udichin. Great job to him. Pull that car down there a little bit. Get it centered up there for him. Make that a perfect screenshot. What a run there for Dennis Udichin, man. Timed that perfectly. I knew he was going to go out there. I was just hoping he wasn't going to do it too early, but the pizza man, Dennis Udichin, gets the win. All right, we'll see if we can't get Dennis up here in the booth with us. Oh boy, Dennis Udichin getting the win. How exciting. Congratulations, Dennis. Talk about that race, how that unfolded for you, and especially that last pit stop when you were able to get out and work with Bardelli Jr.
Thank you, Heath. Thank you, guys. That was be interesting race. Today my pit stop was be very good. This was be surprise to me. And really thanks Claudio, he doing a fantastic job on last laps. I pushing him on first position, and on the last lap I going to first. That was a fantastic race, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Heath. Thank you, Will. Thank you all, guys.
Yeah, awesome race. I have to ask you if you were aware of that 4-car pack behind you, that, you know, when you came off pit lane, you were, 6 seconds ahead of them, and they were eating up the time. Did you feel pretty confident that they weren't going to be able to catch up to you?
I think we worked together, and when Ritsky joined to us, we controlled the situation, and I know after the pit stop, if all be good, we stay on the first position. Claudio and me doing the last pit stop better, and you see?
Well, we talked about your dedication to racing here at High Octane Racing League. Just to give fans an idea of how dedicated you are, what time is it there for you right now?
Sorry?
What is the time there for you right now? What time of the morning is it for you?
Now 5:43 a.m. Yeah.
And,
I wake up
pizza?
and
You get some breakfast pizza?
Yeah. Last week on duels I eat the pizza before the race.
All right,
and that's working.
You're gonna have to send us some Ukrainian buffet pizza.
Yeah, buffet.
Buffet. All right. Hey, congratulations, Dennis. Thanks for all your support here at High Octane Racing League. We love seeing you on the track. Whenever you're not here, we miss you. That's for sure. and you do a great job, and what a great win for you. Enjoy.
Thank you, guys.
I got to ask you before you leave, what's your plan for next week? How do you feel about Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up next week?
Atlanta was fun track. I like Cookie Cater's track, and I think try to get up for this race.
All right. Well, hey, make it 2 in a row, and good luck to you next week, and congratulations on the win, Dennis.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's Dennis Shudichin up here joining us in the booth, and a big win, and he's going to see if he can make it 2 in a row at Atlanta next week. Man, what a fantastic race that ended up being here in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series, huh? Love to see races like that. Great, clean racing. We had a little drama unfold, but a fantastic run for those guys, and really some great, clean racing. Everybody was really kind to one another this week, and just setting the example here at High Octane Racing League. Well, we got some more racing at Daytona headed your way, and that's coming up tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's race number 7 of the season, a 70-lap race at Daytona in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Cup Cars, the big boys, out at Daytona tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Well, tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. No matter where you are in the world, EliteHostingUSA.com can provide you with servers for your race league, for your rFactor 2 league. And don't forget, there's WordPress hosting, online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting, also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Don't forget to join us over at HighOctaneRacing.net. You want some racing like you saw tonight? Got a quick link to our Discord server. You can check out our schedule, check out what series we have running, and come on out and join us. It's HighOctaneRacing.net. I want to thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV tonight. What a blast, man. What a fun race. Been waiting all week to broadcast this race. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Man, of all the races, hit the thumbs up button. Get this algorithm talking and let people see the finish we had. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And thanks for subscribing when you have. And don't forget to smash that bell. You'll get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. I love broadcasting races, and these are the kinds of races that I really, really enjoy doing. So I appreciate everybody's patronage here at TurnLeftTV. I really appreciate you coming out. That's going to do it for tonight. And we'll see you next time. I am out of here.